So for those of you guys who've been following the channel, you know that I just recently posted a 7,500 mile update video on my 2023 Ram Bighorn that you see here. And I just recently crossed the 10,000 mile mark. That's not why I'm making this video today. I'm making this video to show off one of my recent upgrades that I put on this truck. Pretty sure you guys can see what it is. We'll get into that in 1 minute. So I've had this truck for about 10 months now, put a little over 10,000 miles on it, as well as a reasonable list of upgrades. First, I added a Flowmaster Super 10 muffler. It was my first upgrade about 4 days into my ownership of this truck. It was about 350 bucks with installation, and it sounds really good. Here I'll show off a cold start and a couple revs. Second upgrade I made is this Line-X spray-in bed liner. I apologize for the mess I got going on in my bed area, but it's a really high quality bed liner. You can see the Line-X sticker in the corner. I also added these LED lights. I'm not going to add that as an upgrade. I put them on both sides, but they're extremely bright, especially at night. But the Line-X bed liner is super premium, as well as the bed liner. A few days after I installed that, I added this Cinetic USA retractable tonneau cover. It has two separate locks. I currently don't have it locked. I personally consider it an inconvenience. I do lock it if I ever go into like some sketchy areas, which I tend to avoid for the most part. But as you guys can see, it's a very convenient cover. It retracts completely into itself, so it gives you full access of your bed, which is why I went with a retractable cover. And for the retractable covers, this is probably the most reasonably priced. It's 850 bucks before tax, about $909 after tax. The spray and bed liner is about 600 bucks. That was probably my most expensive upgrade that I've put on this truck so far. The third upgrade that I did were some stickers. As you see on the side marker, we have Hemi E-Torque underneath the 1500. That is not from the factory. From the factory, you don't really even see the Hemi because it's just black inserts. And for the torque, it is all blue. You can slightly see the blue poking out of there. It's not perfect fitment for it, but from the distance, you definitely cannot tell, and it looks really clean. Another sticker I added is for the front. The factory grills for these Night Edition Rams are really clean, but you don't really see the Ram badging. I added these white outline stickers for the Ram badge or logo, and it looks a lot more premium. The stickers were total about $28. I believe the side stickers were $10 and the front sticker was about $15 plus tax, and they really transformed the front end styling of the Bighorn, making it look a lot more premium. That was about 28 bucks in total. The fourth upgrade I added were these running boards. Also a big design upgrade for this truck, especially with the Night Edition with the black grille, black wheels, black door handles, mirror caps, tints. Very aggressive look. They were about 220 bucks on Amazon. The brand is Sman Wow. They're the version 3 running board, so you get 2 steps and a top step, so you have pretty easy access for your roof if you want to clean it off or whatever. So about 220 bucks for the side steps, 28 bucks for the stickers, 900 bucks for the tonneau cover, 600 bucks for the bed liner. The fifth upgrade, I'll have to take a step inside to show it off, are the seat covers. So they're about $170 for the front and the back. I already showed it off in the previous video. They're really premium, great fitment, at least for the front. The back fitment could be a lot better. Not a huge fan of the back seat covers, but the fronts, definitely a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna have to readjust them. They do need to be readjusted every month or so. They tend to slide around a little bit, but for 170 bucks, what can you expect? Definitely a 10 out of 10. Big shout out to Coverado for hooking me up with those really premium seat covers. The sixth and final all new upgrade that I've added for my 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn are these 33-inch all-terrain tires. These are Pirelli Scorpion All-Terrain Plus tires. Dimensions are 275/60 R20. The total height is 33.1 inches. The total width is 10.8, and they fit these 20-inch rims really well, especially with the black rims that we get on the Night Edition. I think this is a super clean look. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. The tread blocks, hopefully you guys can pick it up on camera. The side tread blocks are very aggressive. Remind me a lot of the Falcon Wild Peak all-terrains, but for a serious discount. These tires were about 670 bucks before installation. After installation, they're about 770 bucks. So for 4 wheels, 33-inch all-terrain, 770 bucks. I think that's a really good value. Again, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I had a couple of different quotes for the Venom Power all-terrains, 33-inch. They would cost me about 1,400 bucks. For the Falcon Wild Peak, it would have been about 1,500 bucks. So I paid about half of that. I think the look is definitely there. The ride quality is just as good, if not better, than the Falcon Wild Peaks. My father, on his 2021 Ram Longhorn Limited Edition, has about 32-inch Falcon Wild Peaks or 275/55 R20s, and the truck rides fantastic. But these 33-inch Scorpion All-Terrain Pluses ride just as good, if not better. That was probably my biggest complaint about my truck before I added these tires. The ride quality just wasn't as good as what I was going for. I was coming from a Camaro LT1, so it was still a huge upgrade in terms of ride quality. But after a few months of ownership, I really started to wish I had ride quality a little bit similar to my dad's. These all-terrain tires have 1000% address that issue. That's about it when it comes to upgrades on this truck. We can take a step inside, fire it up, and take this 2023 Ram Bighorn out for a quick drive, and you guys can see how these all-terrain tires perform. You heard how the exhaust sounds from the outside. From the inside, check it out. You do hear it a little bit, but for the most part, it is very quiet. You get the good aggressive rumble while still keeping, for the most part, a drone-free, nice, quiet, and luxurious interior. As you guys can see, 10,586 miles, 74 idle hours, 241 drive hours, 315 total engine hours. The interior is holding up very well. There is a lot of sand right now in this interior because my girlfriend and I just recently purchased a jet ski. It's a 2023 Sea-Doo Fish Pro. We were able to get one of the last 2023s on the dealership lot, so we got a pretty killer deal on it and an unbelievable interest rate. It was like a $3,500 discount and a 0.9% rate. So we jumped on it. We are now jet ski owners, so if you guys want to see some jet ski videos, let me know in the comment section. We'll definitely do it for you guys. However, I do want to get a little bit more comfortable with the water area, learn the area a little bit better so I can show you the best videos possible, as well as get a little bit more comfortable backing the trailer up and stuff like that. But not going to get too far into it. That is why you see a pretty reasonable amount of sand all throughout this interior. But other than that, for almost 11,000 miles, it is a very premium interior. I recently went to the dealership. I'm going to have to get this 12-volt replaced because it's a little bit loose and it makes my radar detector a little bit spotty. I went to the dealership also because my tailgate, if you saw my recent videos, it takes a lot of effort to lift back and latch. They didn't replace the tailgate, but they threw a bunch of gunked up lube into the latch, so it does close up on the first try a lot better. The speakers were rattling a little bit. I don't know what they did. It stopped the rattle for the most part. They still do rattle sometimes, but not nearly as bad as they used to. They did not replace the speakers. They did not replace the tailgate, but they will at some point replace the 12-volt. That's about it though, guys, for the interior of my 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn, now with the 33-inch 275/60 R20 Pirelli Scorpion all-terrain tires. Let's take my truck out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, taking a step out in the Ram. We'll turn off the cylinder deactivation, speed bump. Unreal difference in terms of not only ride quality, but also isolation. I feel like it's significantly quieter. Definitely feel them a little bit, but those are huge speed bumps. Regular bump, don't feel it at all. We take a step out here, open her up a little bit. To about 3,000 RPM, it sounds good. It's definitely not as nimble or quick as it was with the lower profile Bridgestone Duelers, but it's relatively about the same. Rides very similar to the Longhorn. Stepping out here. Great grunt. I love the sound of this motor. You get that grunt when you lean into it, but once you're actually calming down, as you see, you don't hear anything, and that's with the cylinder deactivation off. If you leave the cylinder deactivation on, it's even quieter because half the cylinders are turned off. Body roll, there's definitely a little bit more with these tires versus the Bridgestones, as you mentioned, but it's still very reasonable. On concrete pavement, it is just about silent. It's crazy to me that they don't put these tires on vehicles from the factory. I've seen F-150s with the Pirelli Scorpion all-terrains, which are an all-terrain tire technically, but if you've ever seen one, they're as the least aggressive all-terrains that I've ever seen in my life. They're about on par with like the Hankook Dynapro AT2s, which are closer to an all-season than they are an all-terrain. Quiet ride, great ride quality. We'll see how the tread life is, but I've seen factory vehicles with horrible tread life on their tires. For the price point, I don't see why we don't see it more often. Oh, yeah, it definitely pushes a little bit. Taking a step out. Oh, that was about the limit for this truck, hitting that at around 40 miles an hour. Didn't love it, but it got through with no issues. One thing I must say with these tires, since they're 60 series with thick tread blocks, they're about 1.5 inches taller than the factory Bridgestone Dueler Alenza highway tires. As a result, the speedometer is a little bit affected. For every 29 miles per hour you drive, the speedometer is affected by 1 mile per hour. So when it says 29, you're actually going 30. When it says 60, you're actually going 62. When it says 90, you're actually going 93, so on and so forth. From my GPS on the radar, it has me even more of a drastic of a difference. So say it's going 80 on this vehicle speedometer, I've seen it as high as 86 on the GPS on the radar. So be aware, you may want to get your speedometer calibrated if you go for larger tires. That goes without saying, but it's a pretty easy general rule of thumb. For every 30 you're affected by 1 mile an hour, maybe 25. For every 25 miles an hour you're affected by 1 mile per hour when you go for a taller tire, from like a 31.5 factory to a 33. Be aware of that. Other than that, these tires are probably the best upgrade that I've done to my truck so far. Yes, the bed liner and the tonneau cover were must-haves. I wasn't going to have the truck without the bed liner or tonneau cover, but I was willing to drive the truck with those factory all seasons. The reason I decided to make the upgrade so early is I got a nail in the exact same tire on those Alenzas 3 times. 3 different nails in the exact same tire. So at that point I was like, I'm not going to put a third patch into this tire. What's the replacement cost? The replacement cost on that tire was $285. That was my cheapest quote. Then installation, it was going to be around an additional $25. Tax, we're looking at like $350 minimum for one tire. I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing some research on some all-terrains. Then I found these all-terrains with installation at $770. I was like, okay, I'm going to pay double the price, get these all-terrains, sell the Bridgestones for $100 a pop, get $300, maybe even $400 back for those tires, or just hold on to those Bridgestones a little bit longer and have an emergency setup. So that was a no-brainer to me. That's why I ended up going with these tires so early. Why I chose the Scorpions over the Falcons, over the Venoms, over all that. For my research, these were really quiet tires that are off-road capable. They're a little bit more on the highway side compared to something like a Nitto Ridge Grappler, compared to like a BF Goodrich KO2 or KO3. And that was fine for me because how often do I plan on going off-road? Probably never. For slippery boat ramps, for rain, for rough intermittent climates, whatever I go through, rocky trails, dirt roads, these tires are perfect. If you're more into the heavy-duty off-road, rock crawling, serious mudding, whatnot, definitely go for the Ridge Grapplers, definitely go for the KO2s, KO3s. But if you want a more aggressive look on your truck, better ride quality, a little bit better off-road capability with more capability in inclement tires, because these tires are winter rated. So you can drive these all 4 seasons, and you can drive it in the winter if you're in rough climates. They're fantastic. We'll do one highway pull before we wrap things up, just so you can see how this truck is at slightly higher speeds. One more body roll test. We'll open her up a little bit more on the gas. Woo! Not bad, still nimble. And listen, that was the motorcycle, that was not drone. Listen, super, super quiet. When you cross around 65 up until around 72, there is a tiny bit of drone, but definitely nothing to complain about. If you're looking for a premium pickup that has a ton of value, the Ram Bighorn 1500 with the Night Edition with the Level 2 equipment group is a ton of value, especially with the discounts right now. You're looking at 10 to 15, sometimes $20,000 discounts. I put about $3,000-ish of upgrades in this truck, and in my opinion, I think it looks great. It drives great. It's just a great truck overall, and I recommend it to anybody. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about all the upgrades. Let me know what you think about the tires. And a big thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.